like? Because this is that mental math. I got to think about how many zeros do I have total in both of my factors, and then I put those into my product, and then I take my whole number. 3 times 9 is 27, and I know that that's 27,000. So now I'm going to take 922 times 30. Well, I have 922 times 0, which is going to be just 0. And then I have 922 times 30. And then here I'm going to bring out my 30, bring down my 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, now look at this, because remember you're going to add partial products. What is 27,660 plus 0? Yeah, you're right, it's the same answer. So the answer is 27,660. Okay, and so that's what you're going to place right over here. And so for number 6, my answer is, for my approximation, 27,000. So I'm going to write that here, 27,000. And then my exact answer is 27,660. Is that still about? And is that the exact? Absolutely. All right. Going over to number 8. Let's look at number 8. Again, if you're confused on anything, go back, pause it, process it, and then move forward. You can do it as many times as you want to. That's the greatest thing about a video. All right, now I'm looking at number 8. Yep, you're right. I'm going to turn the page. Okay, problem is 372 times 24. Okay, and now I want to, for my 372, I'm looking in my highest place value is 300. Whole numbers, 300 to 400, if I'm counting in whole numbers. In the middle is 350. 372, what is that closest to? Is it greater than 350? Yes, it is. So it's about 372. And so it's closest to 400. So this is about, see that sign there? That means about 400. The 24. Now, look at this. The 2, you only go to the tens place value. That's the highest you go. So here I'm going to have 20, because 2's in the tens place value, and then skip counting by tens, so my next whole number is 30. In the middle is 25. 24, what is that closest to? Is it going to be less than or greater than 25? I'm going to place that here. That's my 24. So it's going to be closest to the 20. Remember, those zeros are the ones that are going to be easy to multiply in your head. We're looking at what you can do mental math. So now I'm ready. I have 400, because this is about 20. I have 400 times 20. Well, look, I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. And 2 times 4 is 8. So this is about 8,000. And I'm now number 8. That kind of confused me. It's like, what number? 8,000. Okay? All right. Now let's get the exact. So we're going to do, again, the partial products. And so my partial products is 372 times 24. 372, and I have my ones place. And guys, sometimes when it's a long day, you can use your finger to cover up so that you can see what's in the ones place. So I know it's 372 times 4, and then I'm going to move over here, and in my tens place, that's 20. So 372 times 20. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 7 is 28. I'm going to regroup to my 2s, my hundreds place. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Okay, partial answer. Bring down my 0 here. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry my 1 into my hundreds place. 3 times 2, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now I can add those together, and I'm going to bring it down this way. If you can do it the other way, great. I'm going to do it the way that is easiest for my brain to understand. So I have 7,440. And I'm going to add those up. So I have 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry my 1. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And 7 plus 1 is 8. And my answer is 8,928. And that's my exact answer. Okay? And I'm glad there's quite a few of these. We only have 2 more to go. But this is great practice. I really like this because it's really going to sharpen your skills on multiplication. The more times you multiply, the easier it'll be. Use your multiplication chart. You had a blue one yesterday. You also have one in your agenda book. So please use those. Sharpen your skills. We're giving you that chance to use those right now so your brain can keep repeating and knowing and seeing. All right, number 10, 472 times 31. All right, so I'm going to write down I already have people shouting out, oh, it's going to be about. So, very good. 472 times 31. 472, and I'm going to do it this way, is going to be about 500. And why? I'm going to prove it this way. In my hundreds place value, the largest place value is a 4, so that's 4 hundredths. Okay, my next whole number is 500, and in between is 450. 472 is greater than, less than 450. 472 is greater than 450. Therefore, it's going to be over here, and it's closest to 500. You see how that is? My 31, okay, I already know that's going to be closest to 30. Because, and I'm going to prove it to you, largest place value, I kind of got offline. Largest place value is in the tens place. I have 30, 40, and then in the middle is 35. So my 31 is going to be right here, and it's closest to 30. Now I can multiply it. So if somebody has already gotten the answer, great. Shout that out. Ready to go. So how many zeros do I have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 5 is 15, and it's 15,000. And so number 10 is going to be about 15,000. All right, now we're going to multiply that out. And again, if you notice that it's really not that big of a deal to be multiplying 1 digit by 1 digit, 2 digit by 1 digit, or 2 digits by 2 digits, and now we're doing 3 digit by 2 digit. As not as scary as you thought it would be, is it? So now I'm at 472 times 31, and I'm going to do 472 times what's in my ones place. It's 1. That's my first part of the answer to my full equation. And 472 times 30. And now I can multiply this out. Well, I know that 1 multiplied by anything is going to be that number, so this is 472. If you wanted to double check, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 4 is 4. I'm going to bring down my 0 here. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 7 is 21. I'm going to regroup my 2 to the hundreds. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. I'm going to add my 2 partial products together. But I'm going to bring those down here at 14,160. And I'm going to add 472 to that. And then my answer is I'm going to add up my answer. 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 6 is 13. Carry my 1. 4, 5, 6. Bring down my 4 and bring down my 1. And so my answer is 14,632. Okay, and then I'm going to write that right here. 14,632. All right, we have one more left on this part here, and then we're going to move on. So number 12, you have 658 times 83. If you want to, go ahead and work that out, and then you can come back and see if you got that right. So on number 12, 658 times 83. 658, I'm going to say it's closest to 700, and I'm going to check to see if I'm right. I have my 600. 6 is in my hundreds place. I'm going to go to the nearest whole number, so after 6 is 700. In between is 658. Thank you for catching that, 650. Look at what I saw. Now, where I'm going to place my 58 is probably about right here, so it's 658 or much closer. It's still greater than 650, so it's going to be closest to 700. My 83, I'm going to say that it's about 80, and I'll prove that to you. My 8 is in the highest place value that you have, and that's the tens. So I have 80. Oops. 9 comes after 8, so it's 90. In the middle is 85. So for the 83, it's less than the 85, so I'm going to move it over here. So it's closest to 80. Now I can multiply those out. So I have 700 times 80. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 8 times 7 is 56. And so number 12 is going to be 56. Oh, thanks for catching that. Yay! So you caught that. Come let me know what I did. All right, so my total is 56,000. Don't forget to make a note of it, what I actually did, and I had to catch myself. 56,000. All right, now we're going to do the actual partial products to solve the problem. 658 times 83. So I'm having 658. What's in my ones place? 3. So it's times 3. 658 times 80. And now I can multiply that out. 3 times 8 is 24. Carry my 2. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. I regroup my 1. 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Part of an answer. Not done yet. Okay, I have my 1, 0 here. I'm just going to bring it down and then multiply everything else out. 8 times 8 is 64. Regroup my 6. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 6 is 46. Regroup. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 4. So I have 48. 52. And now I'm going to add those together. So I have 52,640 plus, now look at this, make sure you line up your place values. I have my 4, I have my 7, I have my 9, and I have my 1. So it's 1,974. So this is 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry my 1. 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Carry my 1, 2, 3, 4, and bring down my 5, and so my answer is 54,614. I'm going to place that right here, and it's 54,614. All righty. Now let's take a look at our answer, our question here. An African elephant in the wild will eat for as long as 16 hours each day. Holy moly, that's a long time to be eating. For how many hours does an elephant eat in 1 year? And now look at what it says. There are 365 days in 1 year. All right, so now let's do, before you even start, because I can see it now. You've already put an equation on your paper, and I'm going to say, halt, stop. So let's take a look. First things first, I want you to underline the most important information. What's important here? What is the story about? It's about an African elephant. And what about the African elephant is it talking about?